Hi everyone, it's Michael Dart here from Energy Queensland that includes Ergon and Energex, and we are proud production partners for this next season of Queensland Theatre, which includes an amazing production, Dear Brother. It starts on the 7th of September. Real pleasure for me to be here with Isaac Drandwich, and we've also got
Tibian Wiles
and Lenny Donahue,
writers of this particular play. So, fellas, how do you feel about it?
We're very excited. We're trying to hold in the excitement. Like, I think we're just trying to get work done first.
So there's 4 actors?
Yes.
And you all come from different parts of Queensland as part of the story, into the Big Smoke, is that it? Tell us a bit about it.
Yeah, so the story kind of just follows how we moved away from home at a young age, around the age of 17, 18, 19, moving into a big city, coming down to Brisbane to follow our dreams, our passions.
So tell me a little bit about the relationships.
We touch on a lot of real experiences, I should say, that a lot of our mob kind of goes through, and especially men in these day and age and stuff like that. We touch on a lot of the real stuff, because whether we went through it or not, we know people who's been through it.
What are you hoping to get from the audience?
They get a better understanding of us and kind of the stuff we go through and how we process these.
Does that relate to that too, Lenny?
Oh, I just want the audience to cry.
Want to cry? Do you think there's a chance of that though?
Yeah, there's a lot of
A lot of heart?
a lot of heart and soul that's been put into this work. So, and it's showing the relationships between, father and sons and uncles and granddads and brothers. So there's a lot of connection that the audience can feel.
Isaac, Queensland Theatre's been doing a lot in terms of telling important stories and putting on First Nations work. What does this mean to you?
Well, it means a great deal. We've got 2 brilliant local artists from Queensland, both based in Brisbane, both far north Queensland Murray followers. And it's really important for us at Queensland Theatre to make sure that we're putting stories on stage that, that represent and reflect our entire state. And it's an absolute privilege for me as a director to be working with the next generation of young Aboriginal theatre makers.
That's fantastic. So, guys, BlakDance are producing partners here as well. I assume that it's a pretty physical production. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. Do you want to show us a little bit about
it is a very physical production, especially with the form that we're playing with as well, the form of theatre. We're using this idea of still continuing the storylines and the songlines throughout the entire show, from the beginning to the end.
For us as blackfellas, we're telling the stories the same way we've always been telling stories, through music, acting, dance, through the cultural kind of songlines and that stuff. So it's pretty much, for us, it's a similar reflection of each other, but it's done in a contemporized, theatrical, dancey way. Yeah. That's the best way I can put it.
It sounds legit to me. So, Isaac, it feels like there's a lot of excitement around creativity and storytelling with First Nations work. What do you think's driving that?
We can draw from over 65, 70, 80,000 years of experience, of storytelling experience, and find ways to apply those values and those storytelling structures to our contemporary practice today. So we've had a bit of a movement over the last sort of 15, 20 years, since I've been aware of, where we want to be able to do that more. We want to be able to draw from the forms of dance, from the forms of song, from the forms of art making, and we want to be able to some way infuse that into the work that we're doing. And this really is one of those work.
I love it. I love it. Isaac, obviously Energex and Ergon Network are corporate partners for this production. Why is it so important for corporates to get involved in Queensland Theatre?
Yeah, well, we can't really do theatre alone. We absolutely appreciate and need that extra support to be able to bring stories like this to the stage. I know that we've had quite a long relationship, and we want to be able to make large-scale work. We want to be able to attract as many partners as possible to theatre, and having a relationship with yourself and Energex Queensland is really important for that, to make this actually happen.